Hot take time. Fighting games are fucking mid. Don't know why I'm clapping. Fighting games are mid. I'm not even going to say I think, because I know for a fact that fighting games are mid. I'm just saying. No fighting game is bad to me, but I'd be lying if I told you that I felt that every fighting game in this current gen is not mid. Because it is. Actually, about like a few months ago, I did mention... Whoa, wait. Who the fuck are you? You? Bro, you look like fucking Huey Freeman with glasses. Like, who are you? Okay, first off, wow. The audacity of this motherfucker. And secondly, I'm dead as you. Like a persona of you. Persona? Yeah. Motherfucker, you don't look like a persona. I don't see any exaggerated swagger. I don't see any wings. I don't see any big ass weapons. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my god, this motherfucker. Look, if I have to get literal, you dead ass commissioned this guy to make me represent yourself. I mean, I know. I thought it would be a funny idea for a sketch. You know what? Let me just shut the fuck up. All right, just do your thing. Okay. Anywho, it's to be able to have creative freedom or a large amount of options with said character that gives the player a sense of being able to play a character that benefits their own habits. And it's also not to feel restricted to just one linear playstyle or gimmick that may give the sense that you don't exactly have full control of your own character. Some characters offer tools for players that they may use differently, or they find other uses to use depending on how that player plays, you know what I mean? I feel like this is very prevalent in Street Fighter 4, extremely prevalent in BlazBlue Center Fiction with a character like Hosma that I main. I feel like a character like Hosma, you're never going to see someone playing the same character. You're always going to see someone that has a unique style, a unique take on playing a character like Hosma and many of the other characters in BlazBlue Center Fiction. And I feel like over time, I feel like the devs, they have this idea of wanting to appease the casual audience because they make more bank. Now the characters feel more just, I would not necessarily say dumbed down, but more so restricted in a sense of the tools that they had in prior games, or missing, or just basically change in order to accommodate new players coming in to be able to play said character. And an example of this is a character like Kai Keese, another character I main back in that sword that I got to try out a good amount of times in Strive. I actually made a video of how I felt about Kai in Strive. They got rid of certain tools like Reach Sever in place of Fujre Arc. And another change too, which is more from of a universal change in the case of Strive, is the fact that the meter system, you can only do about like 2 gauges of meter for RC, whereas in XR, if you had like 25% of meter, you could do a RC, a YRC at the very least. And because of that change, it actually ends up preventing mid to lower tier characters like Kai from having more fluidity in decision making, especially in harder or specific matchups. Mortal Kombat 11 is another offender of this. Granted, I am not a Mortal Kombat player. I'm not. I mean, I did play a little bit of Mortal Kombat 11, enough to kind of tell that this game feels very, very restricted in comparison to Mortal Kombat 10, where I was just seeing some fuck shit happening in that game. That game was wild. Whereas with Mortal Kombat 11, it's way more streamlined. It's just an obvious approach by the devs to make the casual audience feel like they can learn the game at the same pace as the pro players. And I'm bringing up the casual audience a lot, not to like sound condescending and me like, oh, casual this, casual that, because I understand at the end of the day, it is a video game. You have to market your video game in order to appease a casual audience to make more bank. I understand that to the T, but that doesn't change the fact that these fighting games are mid right now, bro. I'm just saying. And let's bring up Street Fighter 5 now that I'm talking about this point. In Street Fighter 4, you had FADC, which means Focus Attack Dash Cancel for short, which gave players the ability to cancel the animations of their attacks for either more block stream pressure or bigger combo opportunities at the expense of 2 bars a meter, which in turn gives the sense that you had to use your meter resources wisely in between rounds. Whereas in Street Fighter 5, the game kind of rewards you for just having B trigger and just change the entire tempo of the match. From all these games that I have just mentioned, it's a very clear theme of a philosophy where it's more about just having the characters play a certain way and the players can only play that character as intended. There's a reason why in a lot of fighting games today, you're gonna see someone playing Happy Chaos the same. You're gonna see someone playing Soul Bad Guy the same. But that's not my only point. My next point is the balance patches. Very fucking inconsistent. With balance patches, man, like, I understand the need for it. I truly do, because if there's busted shit that needs to be fixed, yes, we gotta fix that shit. No, like, no brainer. Like, if a character's too strong or there's like some broken shit that was discovered, absolutely. However, I don't know, for some fucking reason, but these balance patches, they vary from game to game, granted. It's not for every game, but it just seems very inconsistent. Throughout like last year, Happy Chaos was not touched. He was still just doing that fucking like gun bang loop into that fucking super and just loop it again and loop it again and loop it again and loop it again. And that shit was obnoxious, man. And it's just like, why did it take this long to fucking nerf that? You know what I mean? Like, it just don't make any sense. And then you look at games like Dragon Ball FighterZ, where the meta changed so fucking much. When you introduce so many new characters, yeah, the meta's gonna change, but like, god damn, bro. It's like, I remember when I was playing Dragon Ball FighterZ and I main Cell, what have they done to my boy, bro? Like, and I understand that's like one character that I guess was notorious at the time, admittedly so, but it's hard to really grow into playing certain characters when they want to either nerf or change things of a character that originally was designed to be that way. Admittedly, this varies from game to game. I don't think every fighting game does this, but it still is really fucking annoying, whether you want to admit it or not, to be honest. I hate the feeling of when I play a character and I'm getting good results and people complain and shit, and then I get scared because I'm like, oh, they're gonna nerf the character. Even though there are certain cases where a character is not even all that strong, it's a fucking matchup check, you know what I mean? But they're just gonna nerf the character because everyone's bitching about the same character, you know what I mean? Like, oh my god, I hate that shit so much. That's why sometimes too, I like to just play the older fighting games, because I know for a fact they're not gonna just out of nowhere bring a new balance patch to BBCF. It won't happen. It just won't. Another reason, and I think this is my biggest point, to be honest, I've been really feeling this way for a long time now, and I wonder if you guys do too as well, but it's the lack of innovation. Yes, I feel like this modern generation of fighting games, literally not only just mid, but I feel like it's not pushing anything. There's not a fighting game right now that makes me want to like immediately go in and be like, yo, I want to play this shit. I remember when Street Fighter 4 was releasing, like before that, there was like a huge fighting game drought. Like, there was not that many quality fighting games releasing. It was a big drought until Street Fighter 4 and Blazed with Calamity Trigger came out. I remember this because IGN talking about the beef between Street Fighter 4 and Blazed with Calamity Trigger, and it was good competition because they were two styles that were different, and with competition breeds more interest into the fighting game genre. And after that, we had the Dragon Ball FighterZ renaissance. Now, disregarding my feelings about that game, when that game was announced, you can't even lie on this shit, everybody and their baby mom, I'm not even talking about the fighting game community, I'm talking about like the anime community, not even the anime fighting game community like Blade 2 and Get Gear, like everybody, like Apple sends you, like all these other like channels that mainly cover like strictly like actual anime games like Naruto Storm, My Hero, you know, all these other like anime arena fighters and stuff like that, those kind of channels. We never seen this amount of reception for a Arceus game since, like, ever. But Dragon Ball FighterZ did that shit because it was Dragon Ball Z. Like, that alone was just crazy, you know what I mean? And then we had the Blaze with Cossack battle announcement, and again, despite my current feelings on that game, because you know, like, at this point I hate that game, but when it was announced along with Ruby characters too, oh my lord, bro, like it just felt like we entered a new renaissance. At the time, it felt like I mean, to give credit where it's due, I can't believe I'm giving credit to a game that I hate, but BB Tag did a fantastic job of introducing a newer audience to a game. Thanks to BB Tag, I got to meet so many awesome new people that became really good friends of mine. Like, that game united so many people, so I'm going to give the props where it's due for that. However, with this current gen, games like DNF Duel just ain't doing it. It's just not doing it at all. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, especially, like, that game was just such a fucking flop. And Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, while granted, I enjoyed the game, but it didn't really do much for the culture of fighting games for me. Like, I did try out DNF Duel, I did, but it was not a game that held my interest a lot. And plus, when I was about to try getting into the game again, they decided to nerf fucking Swiftmaster just out of nowhere. Like, I'm like, really? Like, I just tried to get back into the game And they literally decided to nerf fucking Swiftmaster. I'm just like, alright. I gave DNF Duel a try, but honestly, there wasn't really anything that really captivated me to keep on playing.
Stop lying, nigga.
Whoa, wait, what the fuck?
You know damn well you was interested in Swiftmaster. Can't lie about that.
Yeah, but they nerfed his ass.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but you streamed not 1, but 2 hours of gameplay of Swiftmaster, and you enjoyed it.
Yeah, before he was nerfed.
I'm gonna need you to check the patch notes again. As you can see here, this man Swiftmaster got buffed. But if you keep on scrolling, then you'll see that everyone else got buffed.
Ooh. Oh. I see. Okay, I'm just gonna end the call.
I ain't done.
I am, bitch. Bye. Alright, let's just resume the video. And another issue, and I think this is more of a new thing, it's the DLC roadmap. It's so fucking inconsistent. And especially for DNF Duel's case, you mean to tell me like we went like how many months without any news of DLC post DNF Duel, and come to find out the new DLC character coming for that game is being released on Street Fighter 6 release day. Hello, this is post-production Kozen here. So I just found out that it's technically not going to be releasing on Street Fighter 6 release date, but it's still within the window of Street Fighter 6 release. It's going to be released in the summer, and that's around the time that Street Fighter 6 is most likely going to be already out by that time period. So my point still kind of stands. For you to have the game out for like about almost a year now with no DLC, but then you decide to release the DLC around the time when Street Fighter 6 is coming out, it's still very fucking taboo. I'm sorry. Like my point still kind of stands actually. But I just thought to make that correction anyways, out of fairness. And then with BB Taz's DLC roadmap, they already announced DLC characters beforehand, before the game was even released. And then once we got through all of that, there was a big drought of no fucking DLC characters for so many months after that. I remember, because I was actually bitching about that in one of the videos I think I did in the past. And then we finally got Naoto, Seth, Teddy, and Hart. And then we got eventually Adachi, Susanoo, and all those other characters I can't think of right now. Guilty Gear Strive has been doing a good job of its DLC roadmap. I have no issues with that. It's like I can actually give like props to it. But like games like BB Tag and DNF Duel especially, absolutely fucking atrocious, bro. How are you gonna release the first DLC we get on Street Fighter 6 release day? Are you fucking stupid? Like, I know I'm probably coming off as toxic as shit, but deep down inside, bro, and this will always be with me, I love fighting games. I want to see fighting games do better. And I hope with this video, like, it will actually inspire or get the devs talking about, like, what can we do to change things up? Because right now, my passion for fighting games in general right now is at an all-time low. And I hate to say that because it's my favorite genre of video games. But it's just not doing it right now. There's nothing exciting for me. All you have to do is release Persona 5 Arena, like... That will excite me to come back. I ain't gonna hold you, but the love is still there for sure, but it's tough love, and I mean tough love, bro. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Let me know how you feel about fighting games right now. Like, am I the only one feeling this way? Like, is there something that I'm not touching on yet or didn't touch on in the video? Let me know in the comments below. And please do your boy a solid and drop a like for this video. It will help me greatly with the algorithm of YouTube. And follow my Twitch as well. I do intend to come back to streaming. So yeah, just stay followed and you get to pretty much see me live. So yeah, with that said, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. Have a good one.